Hello and a very warm welcome to this edition of France in Focus. Coming up, he's halfway through his office term and already polling as the most unpopular French president ever. We'll be taking a look at just what François Hollande has done to turn voters away. Struggling to cope with the number of immigrants camping out in Calais, an annual €3 million is set aside to provide a day centre there. But Calais is not alone. In the south, police say they can no longer deal with the influx of migrants. And don't cry, the winner of the most prestigious French literary prize, the Goncourt, is Lydie Salvayre for her novel entitled Pleurer, or Don't Cry, a book about the Spanish Civil War. If France was to vote today, surveys say that French President François Hollande would only get 14% of the vote, while the leader of the far-right National Front would get twice that. So where has he gone wrong? Well, halfway through his term, we take a look back at his 2.5 years in office.
He promised the nation a different 5 years to life under his predecessor, Nicolas Sarkozy. François Hollande dreamed of being a president and one of the people. He didn't go on glamorous vacations, and he took the train to European summits as other leaders flew.
François Hollande thought he could govern France like a Scandinavian. That's to say, he thought he could be a president and a normal person, a man who went shopping, took the train, but that doesn't work in France. The French people need more of a monarch.
The act didn't last long. First, a controversial tweet from Hollande's then-girlfriend Valérie Trierweiler. It supported a socialist politician running in legislative elections against the president's former partner, Ségolène Royal.
François Hollande is the most private man in the world. He found himself plunged in some kind of reality TV show which has damaged his time in power.
The couple then split amid rumours of a presidential affair. Trierweiler responded with a controversial book of her time at the Élysée. Among the allegations she laid against her former partner, that he mockingly refers to poor people as toothless. During his presidential campaign, Hollande pledged to bring down the rate of unemployment, something he continued to do in office.
À la fin de l'année 2013, nous devons inverser la courbe du chômage. J'ai fixé un objectif, inverser cette courbe. La courbe du chômage peut s'inverser.
But despite introducing reforms, the rate of unemployment has now increased to over 10%. The nation's public debt has also gone up to 95.1% of GDP. And there's another worrying stat for the president, his popularity rating. At just 13%, it's the lowest of any French leader since polling began. That's despite apparent successes like pushing through the gay marriage bill.
It's a very important social reform bill. He promised it and he passed it, which was very good. But it's caused a rift in society which has helped rejuvenate his adversaries.
Another success came in Mali, where the French military helped prevent Islamist militants from taking over the west of the country.
He's a warrior and an angel too. Long live France. Long live François Hollande.
Hollande revelled in the success of what many considered a bold move, which paid off.
His foreign policy shows that he does have a talent for making quick, firm and clear decisions, like in Mali and the Central African Republic. Even in Syria, where he didn't go in, he was more clear-headed than Barack Obama.
His administration has already seen changes at the top. The former Interior Minister Manuel Valls was named as Prime Minister, replacing Jean-Marc Ayrault, who resigned in March. That's after disappointing local election results, which saw big gains for the Conservative UMP party and far-right National Front. Valls' popularity rating is a whole 40 points higher than that of the president. Hollande will be hoping that will help turn his tenure around in the second half of his term.
€3 million, such is a sum that is to be set aside annually in order to provide a day centre for immigrants who are camped out in Calais in the north of the country. The announcement was made by the French Interior Minister, who also confirmed that 100 extra police had been sent to the area. This after clashes broke out between the thousands of immigrants there hoping to make it across the Channel. In the south of France, there's a similar picture. The town of Menton has seen an influx of people who have fled their own homelands in the hope to find a better life.
It happens every day with every train arriving from Italy. Police get on board and minutes later get off with a dozen people. The passengers forced out of the train are illegal immigrants. Most come from war-torn countries, Syria, Libya, or Eritrea. Menton's railway station is the closest to the Italian border. For migrants who try to reach France or cross it to get into the United Kingdom, this is the main entrance gate. Every day, police arrest up to 100 people and send them back to Italy. The local population has watched this happen over and over again.
Cops drive here every day by van. They check every train calmly.
Do you see them every day?
Yes.
I don't really see them. I mean, they don't bother me. They don't stay here, so they don't disturb residents.
This time, police is driving a group of migrants back to Italy. They all embarked on the train in Ventimiglia, a dozen miles east. In the city's railroad station, migrants are preparing to cross the border again. We meet one of them, a Cameroonian aged 22 who wishes to remain nameless. He arrived from Libya, crossing the Mediterranean on a raft.
I have nothing but the clothes I'm wearing. My shoes, pants, and sweater. That's it.
No ID, no contacts?
Nothing, that's my life.
The man wants to work in France. He tried entering the country a first time in the morning on a train traveling to Nice, but was arrested in Menton and brought back here. He wants to give it another shot tonight with a 9:17 p.m. train to Cannes. But other illegal migrants seem to have the same plan. A few minutes later, after scrutinizing the wagons, he decides not to get on board.
There are too many black people here.
You fear these migrants would raise police suspicion?
Yes, yes.
The following train seems ideal for the crossing. Spotting no migrants, the Cameroonian man gets on board with local commuters. The ride to Menton lasts a dozen minutes. As the train enters the station, the man looks out for police. A group of agents are waiting on the dock. The migrant remains at his seat, hoping no one spots him. As police approach, the TV crew hides the camera. At least one agent passes by the Cameroonian migrant, but doesn't notice him. The train restarts, leaves the station, getting deeper into French soil. The migrant feels he's just leaped over a huge hurdle.
People told me that some try to cross the border for a week before they make it. And I succeeded on my second try, on my first day. I feel such relief.
As he gets off at Nice, the migrant sets foot for the first time in France. It's too late to find shelter for the night, but local Red Cross volunteers give him a sandwich and a blanket. Tomorrow, he'll start looking for a job. The journey proves once again that France is unable to block illegal immigration. Even when police spot and stop foreigners at the border, the migrants are released and come back a few days or even hours later. Agents show migrants the way back to Ventimiglia, asking them to go there on their own by foot. Like this Eritrean adolescent who's been blocked from entering France twice today.
From sister, in England, London. Where are you?
Where?
Where are you?
Determined migrants try over and over again. They cross the border by train, through the mountains, along the sea and highway.
We feel powerless, useless. We feel that we work for nothing, that we're not serving the community. These people keep coming back again and again.
Over the past 9 months, 21,000 people were sent back to Italy. But French authorities haven't revealed how many migrants have made it into France and how many have crossed into the UK.
10 euros. Such is the princely sum awarded to the winner of France's most prestigious literary award, the Goncourt. But of course, it's about more than money. It's the title and the sales boost it can offer authors. This year's winner, Lydie Salvayre, for her novel Pleurer, Don't Cry.
Le prix Goncourt 2014 a été attribué au 5e tour de scrutin à Lydie Salvayre.
66-year-old Salvayre is a psychiatrist. She still practices in Marseille in southern France, and this is her 4th book. Pleurer, or Don't Cry, tells the story of the Spanish Civil War from 2 different points of view, that of her 15-year-old mother and a writer who was well known at the time. Salvayre seems stunned to hear the announcement.
Well, since I got here, I've been infinitely happy. Infinitely happy. What else can I say?
Salvayre got a mere 10 euros in prize money, but the extra publicity is sure to pay. Sales for last year's Goncourt winner jumped from 30 to 600,000. Often acclaimed, the Goncourt has also been highly contested in the past. The Goncourt is a litany of intrigue, backstabbing and scandal, and it's the jury that bears the brunt of the public's obsession. Some journalists have hidden microphones on voting day to get the inside scoop as members squabbled amongst themselves.
5 fauteuils sur 10 resteront vides autour de la table classique. 2 pour les académiciens absents et 3 pour les académiciens indésirables.
The man in the center, Lucien Descaves, gave other jurors the cold shoulder for 7 years. His fellow jury members had chosen to reward a forgettable novel instead of Céline's Journey to the End of the Night that's remained a classic.
While the other Goncourt jury members were on the 2nd floor, Descaves had lunch alone below and had a waiter or maybe even a bailiff take his vote upstairs.
To this day, the Goncourt stirs heated debates, but the prestigious award remains a pillar of French literature.
Well, that wraps it up for this week's show. I do hope you enjoyed, and see you again next time.